이 멍멍이 친구, 멍멍이 어디 있어요? 멍멍이 사랑해요. 예. 오케이, 하늘이 우리 계속 투어링 하죠? 예. 오케이, 안녕. 멍멍이 안녕. 바이바이. 오케이. 멍멍이 뽀뽀. 잘했어요. So yeah, I think in life to always seek to, and that's actually an interesting thought, is that what is the perfect spot or place? The perfect space or spot is the next destination. And you know, people always like, oh, you gotta be grateful for what you got or where you at, right? But I think it tends to be this kind of like overexhausted, kind of like more Buddhist, defeatist attitude of like you're just too world weary that you're not strong enough to desire the next one. 하늘이 뽀뽀. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 계세요. 바이바이. 사랑해요. 하늘이 사랑해요. 아이고 이뻐요. 네, 하이파이브. 네, 당했습니다. 하늘이
착해.
할머니들한테 인사해요.
할머니한테도 인사할 거야?
네, 오케이. 하늘이 두 손 아쿤치란. 아이고 예뻐. 뽀뽀 사랑해요.
사랑해요.
바이바이.
사랑해요.
하늘이 부스트롱 파워 만세. 하늘이 배 어디 있어요? 아니, 돌멩이 원해요? 오케이, 우리 얘가 돌멩이 원하면 할미가 돌멩이 줄 거예요. 오케이, 하늘이.
착한 걸로.
네, 돌멩이 친구. 오케이, 하늘이 감사합니다. 뽀뽀. 아이고 이뻐. 아이고 참. 하늘이 돌멩이.
안나 봐.
돌멩이 할아버지한테 주세요. 네, 할아버지한테 주세요. 선물.
가져가.
선물.
땡큐.
감사합니다.
고맙습니다.
오케이, 하늘이.
이 가져가. 자,
오케이, 하늘이 돌멩이 친구.
이 가져가.
오케이.
가져가세요.
감사합니다.
어.
감사해요. 안녕히 계세요. 다녀오겠습니다. 오케이, 하늘이. 안녕히 계세요. 바이바이. 참 잘했어요. 물? 오케이. 물 던지고 싶어? 오케이. 거기 가서 던지자. 오케이. Seneca's favorite thing in the world is rocks. 그치, 말똥. 오케이. 이리로 던져. 예. 거기 있는 물? 거기 있는 물? 오케이. 알았어요. Also, I kind of like that idea. Just treat your life like a adventure. Just GoPro it all, right? 안녕하세요, 돌멩이. 오케이. 안녕하세요. 오케이. 어디로? 절로? 헤헤, 박수. 돌멩이다. 오케이, 우리 거기 갔어. 돌멩이다 찾자. 오케이. And then, you know, people's always like, oh, but you know, you gotta be settled down, you know, because it's better for the kids. On the contrary, I actually think that a dynamic life full of movement is actually far more stimulating to kids. I think people who just like, you gotta settle down, I think people just kind of playing into the whole American notion of buy a house, settle down, blah, blah. And it's because people lack some sort of critical thinking abilities. Okay, 안녕히 계세요. 바이바이. 바이바이. 뽀뽀. 돌멩이 하나 주세요. 할머니. 돌멩이 하나 주세요.
멍멍이 줬어?
네. 하늘이가 이 세계에서 제일 좋아하는 것이 돌멩이에요. 아이고.
돌멩이를 그렇게 좋아해.
네, 돌멩이가 너무 멋있어. 우와, 감사합니다. 뽀뽀, 하님 뽀뽀. 아이고, 하이파이브. 예, 참 잘했어요.
아빠가 저렇게 놀아주니 얼마나.
네, 좋죠. 하늘이, 할아버지 하이파이브.
하이파이브.
예, 감사합니다.
네.
하님 뽀뽀. 뽀뽀. 네, 안녕히 계세요. 네. 물? 오케이. Yeah, I think it's funny because like one of the things that in K through 12 education in America, you're supposed to learn this notion of quote critical thinking, but I don't know. I don't think I've, besides like maybe like 2 or 3 of my friends, I haven't actually met no critical thinkers. What is a critical thinker? A critical thinker is just somebody who questions conventional social norms. and just ask themselves like, okay, this is the norm that everyone follows, but is this norm something that is truly like, do I care for? Because with any social norms, it's not like some sort of ultimate truth where one must abide by it. It's not like a it's not a imperative. Like even our best friend Immanuel Kant, who Nietzsche calls can't, like cannot do, makes fun of Kant. Kant also sounds like another bad British word. I'm not gonna say it. Toto, okay. And Kant has a notion of the categorical imperative, which means that, oh, you know, treat your actions as if all of your actions will become ultimate actions that all humans will abide by. But the downside of thinking about the categorical imperative is not everyone wants to be treated the same. So for example, if my friend's a vegan, I'm not going to give him a juicy ribeye steak because I know he don't like meat, right? 그치 말똥 던져봐. 박수. Similarly speaking, like I wouldn't want a vegan to force feed me, you know, quinoa or something I don't want, or some carbs, right? So that's why the notion of treat others how you would like to be treated is not always 100% accurate. Honey, 또또 보러 갈까? Honey calls cats and animals 또또. 그치 말똥? Yeah, 또또. 또또가 있는지 없는지 보자. 또또 있어요? 오케이, 그거 하고 놀고 싶어? Yeah. 또또 있어요? 없어요? 없어요. Okay. Also, the reason I love this thing, it's kind of like the new Facebook Meta logo. We could play infinite with all these things. 그치 말똥? 절로? Yeah. Okay, 들어봐. So yeah, just kind of consider, right? Not everyone wants to be treated the same, therefore you should not treat everybody the same. Just be you know, think dynamically, right? That all humans are different. And you know, people's always like, yeah, like everyone's different. However, you must do things my way, because people like the idea that one is only allowed to be different in the way I deem as good. So for example, with diet, health, fitness, etc., I don't think nobody should follow one thing. And I like, that's the nice thing about being in America or just anywhere, is one is allowed to eat, you know, drink, live how one wants. Like, even though I personally don't smoke weed and drink alcohol, like, you know, like if people want to do it, that's cool. I mean, as long as no one's gonna force me to do it, right? Like, so I think in life, the ideal state or nation is a place that allows for maximal individualistic freedom. So the reason I would never want to live in Saudi Arabia, or as Nissim Taleb likes to call Saudi Barbaria, or any other countries where it legally prohibits certain behaviors, is that there's less freedom. Like, it's interesting because like in Dubai, right, like a lot of expats like to go to Dubai because for the most part you actually earn more money and, I don't know, maybe have a better quality of living. But the funny thing is, a lot of British people, a lot of Brits, right, they go to Dubai, right, and then, you know, what do all British people have to do is drink beer, drink alcohol. But in Dubai, you can only drink alcohol at hotels. You got to go all the way to a hotel to drink. You can't just grab a beer at the local convenience store and just drink a beer. So like, is it worth it to be a British person living in Dubai, making more money and having less freedom to drink alcohol? Actually, probably not, honestly. There's this funny saying in the UK, is like, couldn't make it in London, went to Dubai instead. Because I think it's funny because like, what a lot of nations or companies want, they just want a Caucasian male face to be the face of their company, to look quote quote legit, but in actuality they're just kind of actors. 돌멩이? Okay. 긁고 싶어? Yeah. But anyways, seek for your own personal maximal creative independence. Do an undulation between yourself and the mountains, and when in doubt, just GoPro it.